Solving for two unknowns using the elimination method for a system of equations. First, what we want to do is pick either x or y to set it equal to and then solve. I'm going to just work with the first equation. So let's set it equal to y. So we're going to take this equation. And in order to get y by itself, I need to get x on the other side. And since it's positive, I'm going to subtract the 3x. Okay, so now I have 4y is equal to -5 minus 3x. And in order to solve for y, we have to have a positive 1 coefficient. And if you notice, we have a positive 4, so we need to divide by the 4. So everything needs to be divided by 4. So now we have y is equal to -5 minus 3x. So now I could take this and let's plug it into the y value in our second equation. So I got 2x minus 3, and in the parentheses here, we're going to put -5 minus 3x, and then it's all equal to 8. So next, let's go ahead and distribute this -3 here to everything inside the parentheses. So I have negative times negative, which gives me positive. And then I have 3 times 5 is 15 over 4. Then I have negative times negative again is positive. 3 times 3x is 9x over 4 is equal to 8. So now what we need to do is get all the constants on one side and all the variable terms on the other. And you notice that we have an x here and an x here. So we're going to leave these two on this side. And let's subtract the 15/4 to the other side. Now, you notice that this went to 0. The constant went to 0 and it showed up on the other side. And I'm going to take the 2x plus the 9x, and I'm going to put those together by adding, because that's the operation. In order to add fractions, we need to have the common denominator. And if you notice, this denominator has a 1 and this one has a 4. So 4 would be my least common denominator. So I'm going to multiply top and bottom of this fraction by 2. Now I got 4x over 2. I wrote it down wrong. So let's correct that. We're not going to multiply it by 2 because we want 4 in the denominator. So we're going to multiply by 4. So I got 8x over 4 plus 9x over 4. We could write this all over the same common denominator instead of writing it like this. It's your choice. It's whatever is easier for you. So I got 8x plus 9x all over 4. And we need to do this side here. So I got 8 minus 15/4. Again, I'm going to put a 1 underneath this whole number. And I'm going to find for the common denominator. And on this side, it is 4. So that means I need to multiply top and bottom here by 4. So 8 times 4 is 32. Minus the 15 all over 4. So now we go to this next step. And let's just clean this up. And let me add a page right quick. Okay. Kind of separated it. So let's go back to the top here. So now what is 8x plus 9x? That's 17x divided by 4. And now we have 32 minus 15, and that gives me 17 over 4. All right, let's come up here. I want to solve for x, right? We need x in order to have some kind of value for it. And it has a positive 17/4 as a coefficient instead of 1. And it's a fraction and it's been multiplied to x. In order to undo this here, we're going to multiply by its reciprocal. So what I'm going to do is flip this fraction. I'm going to multiply it by 4 over 17. What happens? 4 goes into 4 once. 17 goes into 17 once, and it leaves me with 1 times x, which is x. And that's what we want. What we did to that side, now we're going to do to this side. And what happens? It works out real nice and pretty. 4 goes into 4 once, 17 goes into 17 once. And now I know the value of x, it's 1. We're going to take this value here, and you can start writing it in the order pair. So we're going to write it right here in order pair. But we don't know what y is. We know y is equal to some equation here we have written right here that we solved earlier. But we don't know the complete value of y. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to plug in for x. So let's rewrite y up here where we have more room. So y equals, double check, make sure I write it right. -5 fourths minus 3x fourths. And I'm going to put a parentheses where x goes, and I'm going to plug in my value for it. All right, so now I got -5 minus 3 times 1, which is -3 all over 4. -5 minus 3, well, that's the same as saying I am in the whole $5. I spend 3 more, so I'm in the whole 8. Now I'm going to divide it out. 4 goes into -8, -2 times. So now I know my value for my y. And this is my order of pair. And this is using eliminations method for system of equation solving for 2 unknowns.